Welcome, everyone. We are back together again. Today's episode 65. How did that happen? I'm so excited to be here with you today for this week's Priestess transmission. Okay, sorry, everyone. Uh, I'm getting a message. So I don't know what I'm going to do here. Remove. Hold on a second. Hey, Roxana, I'm guessing you can see me. There was some weird other message, but if you can see and hear me, if you can write yes. So, anyway, welcome back to episode 65 of this week's Priestess Transmission. My name is Lisa Espinosa. I am a spiritual career coach and modern day priestess. And every week we gather together to remember our divine mission, to understand why we're here, to heal and clear emotions and whatever is blocking us, whatever is in the way from you rising up, being seen, showing your true self, sharing your unique soul's medicine. And so we're going to start. Yes. Okay. Thank you, Roxana. I think it might just be people joining on Facebook that might be having problems. So sorry, everyone. Don't know how to fix that right now, but I will send the replay. So before anything, let's start with a beautiful prayer, invocation, whatever word resonates with you. What we're doing is calling on the divine. So I invite you to take a few cleansing breaths, call on the energy of the earth, feel beautiful Mother Earth supporting you. Maybe bring your hands to your heart if that helps you come down from your intellect and connect with your beautiful heart. And I welcome everyone's soul, everyone's higher self to be here, whether you're here live, whether you watch the replay. I welcome your soul, your higher self. I welcome my soul, the oversoul of our group together. And I welcome all of those divine beings, guardian angels, archangels, ascended master guides, including beautiful Mother Mary, beautiful Mary Magdalene, Kuan Yin, Isis, Hathor, so many others that are here with us. And of course, we call on the divine mother, divine father, creator, God, creatrix, great mystery, universe, whatever name resonates with you, to be here and guide this teaching, this transmission, to bring you all the miracles and healing that is here for you. And so it is. All right. So today we're going to talk about feeling safe to be seen. And feeling safe to be seen is something that I might have not used those words, but that is something I've been on that journey for a long time, I think for lifetimes really. And I've been helping my clients and my students to reveal themselves first and foremost to themselves. Yes, you're revealing yourself to the world. Yes, it's about showing up authentically and genuinely, but it's about so much more than that. And so I want to share that this is a little sneak peek, like a preface to a free masterclass that I'm doing next Wednesday, November 22nd. I'll put the link in the comments, called, I always forget my titles. Feel free. No, I wrote it down. Here it is, because it's like I download these titles. Oh, how to feel safe being seen, share your unique gifts, and prosper. Those are the three important aspects of this masterclass. Some of you have attended my other masterclasses. This is the fourth one of 2023. Again, it is a free offering. You will get the replay. You will have access to the replay for a week. And there will be free giveaways for those people who attend live, but anyone who enrolls, you're going to receive a very, 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 very special invitation along with these amazing teachings. So today I want to do a preface of that. So first of all, what does it mean to be seen? What it means is actually that you have been practicing and are committed to the practice, to the discipline of seeing yourself, seeing your inner world. So we tend to think about being seen coming from the external world. Well, am I safe for others to see me, others to see my true self, right? Everyone, no matter how open we think we are, no matter how confident we are human. We are divine beings having a human experience, better said, right? Many people, many spiritual teachers have said that. And we have an ego structure, and the ego structure is always comparing, is always, has is programmed from a place, has this program running through it that we are separate from source. So as long as we're on the earth plane, we're in an ongoing journey of revealing ourselves to ourselves, of seeing who we really are, of seeing those different parts of us that are beautiful and amazing, and the different parts of us that have wounds, that have trauma, that have old programming. So first and foremost, feeling safe to be seen requires that we see ourselves, and it's an ongoing process. Wherever you are with this, whether you've been on a journey for years and years and years of self-discovery, and you've done so much healing, so much shadow work, and yet your soul's always guiding you to that next level, right? Or for you, you might have not been on this journey for as long, right? That maybe you're in the beginning stages of really, and there's no judgment when I say that, right? There's different cycles and stages in our lives. And I can look back in my young adult years, and it was so much about survival, about overcoming really challenging circumstances. And although, yes, I was always a reflective person, I was always an insightful person, I always had this drive to know myself. And I also was a mom and had kids and was going through a really intense divorce and was, going through a lot of very dramatic and traumatic external circumstances. So I didn't have as much time to do that inner discovery. And as things progressed in my life, as my kids got older, as certain external circumstances came into alignment or finished their cycles, I was able to look within and go within deeper and deeper and deeper. So it's always a cycle, it's always a journey. And in these times, right, in when you can look at the external world, right, and see all of the suffering, all of the polarity, all of the violence. And we know that all of that is an external representation of the inner world. So when we do that courageous, brave journey of looking at ourselves from within, we are absolutely helping the external world. Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be action steps in the external world that you'll need to do. Absolutely, because feeling safe to be seen is about that, right? It's about feeling safe to be seen out in the world, in the external world, but it starts within. And so, what does that mean? Why is that so important? It's always been important. It's always been needed. And now, as we are, I know you've heard this, we're in these pivotal times. It's so said that we can just kind of dismiss it like, oh, yeah. Like all times are important and essential. True. And we are on these pivotal times. We are in these times where there's a lot of breaking down, a lot that appears to be falling apart, dismantling, a lot that feels like the opposite of unconditional love, because it's that breakdown before the breakthrough. And so if you're on this journey, on this priestess path, or whatever you call it, you have been, and when I say you, I mean all of us, right, have been on this journey of this long initiation of healing, of coming into alignment, so that during these times that we're living in, you can be a leader, an example, a healer, a teacher, a spokesperson, a way shower, a beacon of light, whatever you want to call it. Your way, and I say this all the time, will look different than everybody else's. The ego will try to convince you that, oh no, I could never do a live, I could never talk in front of people, I could never be on stage. First of all, that might not be your way. Maybe that's not how you're going to do it. Yours might be more of one-on-one conversations or just your presence. And when I say just your presence, that sounds so terrible. It's like that is the everything. But however it looks, this isn't right now, we don't need to worry about that. It's just like knowing that the Divine Mother, I talk about Mother Mary a lot, Our Lady of Guadalupe, the aspect of the Divine Mother is calling us all, right? That's why this is called Priestess Rise Up. That's why that's the name of, my book that I've been birthing for some time now, is to rise up, not to hide. We had those lifetimes, even in this lifetime, where we did have to hide, where we did work in secret or work, behind closed doors, or kind of whispered the teachings, or only we had to be very careful, right? There were absolutely lifetimes where the priestess path was persecuted and executed and all of those things. In this lifetime, even though there's echoes of that for sure, we are being called to rise up and to be seen. And yet there can be so much that gets in the way of being seen. So when I work with my clients and potential clients, there's always some version of this. So, and they might not come in saying, I really want to be seen, but I'm afraid to be seen. They might say other things. But at the core, there is always this calling that your soul is calling you to be seen, or aspects of your medicine to be seen more fully. Remember, your soul's medicine, some of you have heard me talking about this forever and ever, it seems. But if you're new to my work, when I talk about your unique soul's medicine, what does that mean? It means that combination of course, your personality, but like the life training, right? The training of your life, all of the initiations, meaning all of the experiences you've had in your life that have stretched you, that have pushed you past the comfort zone, the safety zone, right? That have opened your heart, even if it was a challenging journey. All of that, along with your soul's light, right? Your soul is like a unique fingerprint of the divine. No other two are the same. No others. So your soul's medicine, nobody else can share it. Even if they have the same job, same career, everyone's is different and everyone's is equally needed. And so when we're talking about being seen, maybe for you, the deeper question is, what aspect of your soul's medicine needs to be seen more now? At what aspect of your soul's medicine have you been hiding or diluting or censoring or tiptoeing around? And please know that I don't say this with any judgment, because I'm speaking to myself as well, right? Like, I have to ask myself those questions. What aspects of my soul's medicine have I not been sharing? Maybe not even knowing. And I know this move to Mexico, right, to the land of my ancestors, was part of that calling for me. That my soul knew I had to come here because there were different codes in the land here. There was different, just energy frequencies that I would be able to access here that would facilitate me accessing that part of my soul's medicine to share more. And so next week in the masterclass, I'm going to share, I believe it's going to be only 4 stages, but sometimes I say that, and then as I keep preparing, another one comes. I believe it's 4 stages of being seen, right? These 4 stages that we go through and that we must really master. And don't let that word scare you, right? The ego hears that word and either gets freaked out or feels better than other people. That's not what it's about. True mastery is total service, is true humility. But we are being called to master these stages of being seen so that we can always rise up to the next level and serve at the level we're meant to serve. Because what happens when you lose the fear of being seen? And it's always going to come back, right? As long as we're humans, there's always going to be a layer of healing that we need to do with that. But what happens when we are practicing and we're devoted and we're devoted to that inner journey of seeing ourselves with compassion and curiosity? I don't think I said that before, so I really want to say that. It's very important when we look at that's not even right. Let me rephrase that. It is essential that when you take that journey of self exploration, of fully seeing yourself, it's like going inward and turning on the light, right? And maybe you do that. You go inside and you turn on the light and you're like, "Ooh, I love that part of me. I love that part of me. I love that part of me." But there might be some parts of you that are like, you're like, I don't want to look at that part. That part's too painful. Oh, I'm embarrassed about that part." Right? And this work is about, connecting to your soul and having that practice of like, okay, I'm willing to look at all of this, the world inside of me with compassion. And we can have access to that frequency of compassion inside of us. We can call it forward, and curiosity, compassion and curiosity. So I'll talk about that more in the masterclass. Right? But when we do that, what happens? What starts to happen? First of all, we develop more self-trust, more self-love, more self-acceptance. When we're not scared to fully look at our inner world, we accept ourselves. What do we stop needing? We no longer need outside validation, outside approval, outside even like mirroring, because we're doing that for ourselves. And what happens when we clean that up, right? When we do that inner work, and please do not misunderstand. Of course, we're on a human journey, and it feels lovely to have people compliment us and tell us beautiful things and thank us for the value we're adding. I'm not saying that's bad in any way, but there's a difference between enjoying that and welcoming that and needing it, right? Like I need people to tell me that what I did was really good. If not, I feel really bad about myself. Or if someone judges me or criticizes my teachings, then I'm like, oh my gosh, I am a horrible person. I shouldn't do this anymore. I'm gonna water it down. I'm gonna censor myself because I can't show up as my true self. When we don't get affected by that anymore, and to that extent, maybe there's some parts that get a little affected, but we're not run by that anymore. We are sovereign. And when we are sovereign, when that is cleaned up, we can truly, truly be of service. The divine can flow through us unimpeded because there's no secret agenda or unconscious agenda. Like, oh, I want to do this because, yes, I want to serve people, but I also really, really need to know that I'm a good person and that I'm okay and that I'm talented and that my gifts are good. And again, I'm not judging any of that. We have those parts, but it's our job on the priestess path as way showers, as like I did a healing once years ago, and this beautiful teacher told me, she's like, you're a midwife for Mother Mary. And I always think that, and I know it's not just me, so I'm not saying I'm the midwife for Mother Mary. Like there's so many of us that are the midwives for Mother Mary. Think about midwives. I was very blessed with my 5 children, my 5 pregnancies, to have midwives attend to me as opposed to the kind of the traditional doctors. And it was beautiful. I'm so grateful for that. Right? They helped prepare me for the birth. They told me what to expect. Right? They were with me through all the emotional ups and downs. And then in the labor, right? That's, whether you've had children or not, I'm sure you know enough to know that there's pain involved. It's messy, right? It's not linear. And so when we hear that we're midwives for the Divine Mother, Mother Mary, for, whatever aspect of the Divine Mother you connect with beyond religious dogma, then we think like, oh, that's what we're helping humanity with, right? As they rebirth themselves, right? All the messiness, all the fear, right? Those points during labor where you're like, there's no way I can do this. I cannot deliver this child. This is too painful. I can't do it, right? Where you want to give up. And I would have my midwife there helping me through that. That's what we're being called to do, but we cannot do it to the extent that we're meant to the extent that the world needs, if we're not looking at ourselves, right? Releasing the fear of seeing ourselves and then being seen by the world It's okay. People are going to judge us. That's okay. People are going to be scared. That's okay. People are going to look at your light and either be jealous of it or want to keep it for themselves, right? It's just the human condition. It all comes from wounding. That's what humanity needs help with. And so that is what is being asked of us. And when we're on that journey, prosperity, think about the word prosperity, to prosper. Prosperity has many faces. Today I did the Mother Mary Gratitude Masterclass. You can still purchase it if you'd like. It was beautiful. Where Mother Mary was really talking about the divine quality of gratitude and how it opens us up to abundance and prosperity. And so same thing, when we have a practice of seeing ourselves with compassion and curiosity and showing up in the world in that place, in that way, prosperity is naturally attracted to us. The divine wants us to prosper, to prosper, whether it's in financial, in relationships, in healing, in whatever aspects, or all of them, because prosperity is everybody's birthright. It's not because we're special, it's everyone's birthright. But we block it through so many different ways. And one of those ways is through hiding from ourselves. And if you have a prayer to be of service, to be a leader, to be a beacon of light, a midwife, whatever you want to call it, then your soul is answering that prayer. And your soul knows that your deep prayer is to reveal yourself to the world, to show up in your most authentic expression so that your medicine can be as potent as possible. So let me pause there and just see if there's anything else that for today. I just, let's just kind of tune in a little bit here and just think about, the image I'm getting is, this is going to sound kind of weird, but think about it like, a bottle of medicine. And this bottle of medicine, right? There's regular strength, there's extra strength, and actually here in Mexico, it's interesting. I don't use a lot of over-the-counter medication, but every now and then I do. And ibuprofen, I've been getting these terrible headaches. And when my husband went to buy ibuprofen, it was called like super ibuprofen. And I was like, ooh, like super ibuprofen, right? It's like, and so think of a medicine bottle, right? And you are a medicine bottle. All of us are, right? It's like if you open, I like to think of like a beautiful apothecary, right? Kind of like that has all of these, that's the type of, pharmacies I like to go to, right? Where there's all these herbs and natural healing remedies and tinctures. And you look at it and there's one that has your name on it. It's this bottle that has your medicine in it. And the world needs it and nobody else can produce that medicine. But now the Divine Mother is saying it needs to be like super strength, like the super ibuprofen. It needs to be extra strength. It needs to be super strength. And how do you do that? You don't do that through effort, through willing yourself for that to happen. You do that through that inner journey, right? Of looking at yourself, as I was saying before, with compassion and curiosity, of that mature spiritual journey. Because the way the planet is going to go to its next level of evolution is going to require for humanity to really look at itself, to look at all the horrible things that humanity has done. There's a lot of beautiful things, but there's also a lot of destructive things. And this is at a collective level and an individual level. And so we need to pave the way to be able to look at ourselves. Remember what I said. And I want you to picture that right now. You go in your inner world and you turn on the light and you look at your inner world. And this is what I help my clients do, right? Because there's a process to do that. And when you turn on the light, you first might see kind of the louder parts of you. right? And like I said, maybe there's some parts that you like adore and you love. Or maybe there's some parts that are really loud and you're like, oh my gosh, if I could just get rid of that part of me. But guess what? You can't get rid of your parts. I mean, that's a whole other conversation, but it just doesn't happen. The only part you can get rid of is if it happens to not be yours. And sometimes we do carry other people's parts. That's also another conversation. But as you turn on the light inside, then there's that next layer. Those parts that are perhaps hiding, that are afraid to be seen by you, that are like, oh, I'm going to be judged. Or she's kind of pushed me away to a closet because she doesn't want to look at this. And again, there's no judgment. It's just knowing that that's the path. Because when we do that, then when we show up to be seen by the world, it's so clean. It's so pure. It's just an act of service. It's just following the divine marching orders. So again, I want to invite you next week, right? Masterclass, 4th masterclass of 2023, right? I really embarked on this Follow Your Soul's Guidance Masterclass series. This is number 4. Might be the last one of the year. It's a free offering. And I'm going to really break this down more clearly for you. I'm going to share the 4 stages of being seen. I know that sounds a little odd, but the 4 stages so that you can recognize where you are at and move to the next level. And then really talk about the thoughts, the emotions that help generate that and why that's so important and why that attracts prosperity and why you need that prosperity, right? It's our birthright to have that prosperity so that you can reach all the people that you're meant to reach. And also remind you that I do offer a free breakthrough consultation. And so this will be very different than attending a webinar or attending a class or being on a YouTube live, right? This is me really focused on you, right? Having a one-on-one via Zoom so that I can really be present and ask you questions. Please don't misunderstand. It's not a test in any way. It's just ask you questions to really ascertain where you are now. What are the blind spots? Because we all have blind spots. I mean, I've been doing this work for so long, and yet I have my coach, right? I have my coaching group that helps me to look at, oh gosh, I missed that very lovingly with so much compassion. And as you do that, as I help you do that, then to offer what's the simple solution? I'm always surprised how powerful that is. Sometimes we think a problem is one thing. Oh, my problem is I just don't have enough time. It's just like I don't have enough time. So because I don't have enough time, I can't meditate. And because I can't meditate, then I can't hear my soul's guidance. But then when I talk to people, it's like, actually, that's not the problem. It's not the time at all. Your ego saying it's time, and I totally understand that, but it's actually this. And so that's what I will help you with in this breakthrough consultation to figure out what is actually the problem and what is the simple solution, because solutions from the divine are meant to be simple, not necessarily easy. I'll share that with you. And then I'll also share just if we're a good fit, if I feel like I can help you, the possibility of working together, right? Like my coaching program, how I would customize it for you. So anyway, that's a free offering. I think I have 1 slot left in November, but I'm going to be opening up my December calendar very, very, very soon. And in fact, that's one of the things that I'm going to have in the masterclass. You'll have a kind of like first dibs at that. So, but if you already know, if you're like, I want to schedule that, go to my website. I'll put the link in the comments, lisaespinosa.net, free consult. And even if in the calendar, the session that's left, if it doesn't work for you, don't hesitate to message me, right? And just be like, hey, I really want to do it. That time didn't work. Do you happen to have anything? Because sometimes people, some slots open up and I just don't have enough time to put it on the calendar. All right. So thank you everyone so much for being here. Please share who you are. And I would love to pull a card for you. I have a little bit of time. And if you would like for me to do that, let me know. Roxana, I'm so glad to see you. Romana, I haven't seen you in a while. I'm so glad that you're here. And I'm going to pull a card for anyone. So actually, you know what I'll do? Hold on. This is cacao, by the way. I'm blessing you with cacao from Mexico. I'm going to pull a card for the group. So for everyone here live, everyone who watches the recording, this is a message from your soul's guidance. From your soul. It's from the Soulful Woman Oracle deck by Shushan Movesian. You can look it up. It's a beautiful deck. And so I want to pull a card. And if you're here live and you would like me to pull an individual card for you, please let me know. Just say, yes, please pull a card or whatever you want to say, and I'll do that. So this is for the group, for everyone. All right, what, beautiful soul, what do you want everyone to know about being seen? About really being seen. Oh my gosh, this is so powerful. Okay, well, this is for all of us. Anger as my sacred ally. I listen to the messages within my anger and use it as a positive force for good. Look at that. And you know what type of anger is this? This is like the divine mother anger, right? The mama bear anger. It's not destructive anger. It's not like tantrums. That's not what we're talking about. Not the ego. This is a divine, like ferocity of the divine mother that's like, that's it. I'm fed up with this. That's it. Whether it's with some pattern in your life that you're like, I have to heal this, right? Or something else in your life or some situation in the world that you're like, that's it. I'm called to do something about this. So that's what this is about. All right. Okay. So I'm going to look and see. Yes, card. Okay. Laura, Romana, and Roxana. Okay. Let's do it. So I'll start with you, Roxana. What is your message unique for you from your soul about being seen? All right, Roxana. Number 40, the power of support. I am grateful for all the love and support I receive. It is the most precious gifts. It is the most precious of life's gifts. So for everyone, I want you to look at your picture. And, you know, this is in the recording. Even if you don't have this oracle deck, just look at the picture, look at the words and see what speaks to you. You can come back to the replay. So there you go, beautiful Roxana. I'm really drawn to that lotus that's hovering over the crown of this beautiful woman's head. There you go. All right, Laura. And if anybody else is here and you would like me to pull a card for you, just write on there, yes, please. Laura, okay. And I will put the link for the masterclass. It is free, but you do have to register in the comments. All right, Laura, you've got inner wellspring. I have an inner wellspring of love that luxuriously overflows with abundance. Look at this. So to me, this is like connect with that inner wellspring. I connect with that. I love the word luxurious in there. Beautiful. And then Romana, and I believe that'll be the last one because I don't see any more. Romana. I know sometimes there's a delay, so I'm waiting just in case anybody else wants me to pull a card in the next 2 minutes. Okay, Romana. Here we go. Romana, you got igniting my joy, attuning to the highest good in myself and others ignites my natural joy. All right. Look at those beautiful colors. Look at that beautiful goddess soul, right? It's like I think of these cards as like postcards from your soul, right? That are like, you know, so there's something important for everyone, for the cards I pulled for you, for the images that are here, right? And the words. All right. Thank you so much, everybody. I don't think I will have a priestess transmission next week, but I will have the free masterclass next Wednesday from 10 to 11:30. Again, it is a free offering. You do need to register and you will have access to the replay for a week. There will be a giveaway for those of you who can attend live, but everybody who's registered will receive a very, very special invitation. I cannot wait to connect with you and share more about how important it is for you to be seen. Remember, you're that medicine bottle, right? That really powerful, potent, you know, super Romana, super Laura, super Roxana, super, you know, everybody else who's here, right? That is so needed in the world. Nobody else can bless the world with that medicine. And it's like done, it's over with. We don't have the luxury anymore to be like, oh, later when my kids are older, oh, when this happens, when that happens. It's like now. You need to be seen now. All right, bye everyone. Talk to you soon.